As I travel through the city, I see the remnants of Kochi's past, such as Vasco House, which was built more than 500 years ago in the Portuguese style of architecture. Explorer Vasco da Gama was the first European to reach India by sea and stayed at this house during his visits to Kochi, which was the capital of Portuguese India for 25 years, known at the time as Kochim. After a 4-year siege, the city was taken over by the Dutch in 1663, who in turn left their mark on the city.
I'm here at Adobe Khana, which is basically a community laundry space. Now, this community has been set up here since 1720, created by the Dutch government, who brought in villagers from Tamil Nadu and Malabar to wash clothes for the Dutch army. Now, each station, there's 32 of them, run by a local family, and they wash everything the traditional way, all by hand. Now, the local people here in Kochi still prefer to have their clothes washed all by hand. Now, not just the local people, but also hospitals, hotels, and hostels as well. So here we have, you see, hotel bed sheets. Such hard work. I mean, can you imagine doing this for 8 to 12 hours a day? They grab the actual sheet and pound it and beat it onto that big stone there. It's hard work, but wow, I'm gonna give it a go. Let's see. Can I try? Yeah. Okay. Go this way. Okay? Good? Good? Now I'm knee deep in water here, and then you kind of put more water here, some detergent. Wow, good? He's laughing as well. Let's see how it's done. Go. Oh, wow. Whoa.
While I appreciated the experience, clearly laundry is not my strong suit, so I think I'll stick to cooking. To end my time here in Kochi, I'm going to be cooking a dish made famous during the time of British rule over India. This began in 1814 when the Dutch handed Cochin over to the British. Now, before I get started, there's an element of this dish that I like to source from the locals.
Aside from all the wonderful spices and the array of wonderful flavors, Indian cooking loves to feature legumes and flatbreads as well. Now the papadum is a combination of both. Now traditionally, papadums are made from lentil flour into a dough with salt and a bit of water, and it's kneaded and then rolled out into this really super fine disc here. Now they're dried in the sun for a few hours and then they're fried, crispy, really, really crunchy. Now this is a normal lentil papadum. We also have the pepper papadum, the black pepper, and these lovely colored ones, which is red chili and pepper. Now this is a wonderful family here. She's saying, get back to work, brother. They've been making this for 60 years. Locals come by. How many would you buy? How many? 25. Fantastic. She's buying 25. Now I'm gonna buy some too, and I'm gonna fry some up later on.
To cook my British-influenced dish, I've come to the Brunton Boatyard, which was founded in 1895 during the British Raj. Ships built here were even used by the British during World War II. The boatyard has since been restored into a heritage hotel with a fusion of English, Dutch and Portuguese architecture, while still maintaining the boatyard's wide corridors and high ceilings. Now, back in the British times, there was an English soldier on a first-class carriage. He became famished, he was really hungry, and he followed his nose to the pantry, right, and found the chef was cooking and simmering this beautiful pot of mutton curry. He had a taste and it blew his palate off. It was really spicy, so much flavor. And the chef said, you know what? I'm gonna change and adjust the flavors to suit your British palate. And they did that. And hence, the first class railway mutton curry was born. Now, I'm gonna elevate this dish and use
mutton shanks. Okay, so these are wonderful shanks. I've got 2 shanks here, around 300 grams each. I'm going to do a quick marinade. So I've got some yogurt that goes in, a couple of teaspoons of yogurt onto the shanks itself. This is ginger and garlic paste. Turmeric goes in, turmeric powder, essential for Kerala cooking. Got cumin powder as well, garam masala, and a bit of salt. Now what you want to do is get your hands in there and just marinate away, okay? Marinate that. Now we're here at Fort Kochi here, right? There's so many islands surrounding us. There's ferries going from island to island. It's really lovely, this seaside town. This metal here, this copper, is the same material as the big bells in the churches and temples of India. And I think music and food goes perfectly together, and with the wonderful tablas behind me as well. Bay leaves go in, cinnamon, black cardamom pods, and some cloves, just 2 or 3 cloves. This is around 300 grams of red onion that goes in. Hello. I'm not gonna go too heavy on the chili, as this is more of a mellow kind of a curry, around 2 or 3 tablespoons of the stuff, but they're gonna be a lot more lighter. We've got some turmeric powder as well. That goes in. I've got some cumin powder, not too much, around half a teaspoon of cumin powder. I've got garam masala and coriander powder. A bit more of coriander powder goes in because I love the flavor of that. Look at these beautiful colors already, look at that. Wow. Put some water in, around half a cup of water, and just let that dissolve through. And now I'm gonna add this to the pan. Lovely. Mix that through. Now you can see the color already. This is gonna be my gravy. Now I'm gonna put in my tomato and cashew that's been blitzed up. That goes in. That's around 3 cups. I'm gonna put in my mutton shanks. Look at the color of that. That goes in. I'm gonna coat that with that beautiful sauce. Yes. Now you're gonna slow cook these mutton shanks for 3 to 4 hours, but you can also put this in the oven at 180 degrees for 2.5 hours. Lid goes on, and I'm gonna sit down, enjoy a glass of local sparkling wine, and enjoy the local band.
With the mutton shanks only an hour away, I've borrowed the hotel kitchen to fry my papadums. They only take a few seconds before they puff up and become super crispy. And then just before the dish is finished, I add some ghee to the curry to give some extra richness and plate up a small salad with some saffron rice to go alongside the lamb shanks. Look at that. The gravy has thickened perfectly. Now this is quite decadent and quite fitting to be serving this dish right here. The sun is beginning to set. Beautiful here. Now this is the first class railway mutton shank curry. Cooking this historic dish on this ancient harbour has truly been a magical experience from a bygone era. I now see why Kochi has left such an impression throughout the ages, and sharing a meal with some of its people has made for the perfect ending to this leg of my journey. As the global spice trade emerged, Kochi's positioning on the Malabar coast turned a quiet fishing town into a booming port city. It was a gateway for the rest of the world to experience spice and flavour in their respective cuisines, elevating them to where they are today. Kochi's close proximity to the spice-producing regions in the Western Ghats was fortified and connected by rivers and waterways starting at the base of these mountains. As the waters flowed through Kerala to Kochi's harbour, so too did the spices travel towards the port city packed on magnificent wooden boats. My next destination is this meandering labyrinth of lakes, rivers and canals known as the Kerala backwaters.